Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my new old channel. Now, in the past, I had this channel, but I changed it. I got rid of it actually, um, simply because I changed the name of the channel, and then I got rid of it. My channel originally was just Josie, and I was going to do different things, and I never did. I ended up stuck in this particular genre, the mob tube genre, and so I've created this other channel because I want to do different things. This channel is going to be about just different things. I'm going to show you some hauls that I get from Temu and Amazon, some cooking, and some reactions to other channels that I've seen on my hiatus from MobTube. I came across, I was looking at cooking channels, and I came across Nico Avocado, and he's a mukbanger. He's a millionaire. He made himself a millionaire from YouTube just by sitting and eating. When he started, he was as thin as a rail, and now he's huge. And but it's the detriment to his health. You know, it's one thing making money, but if you can't enjoy it and get around and enjoy it, I'm not saying he doesn't enjoy his life. He does. He goes to Vegas. He's been to the Heart Attack Grill, stuff like that. But it's really wearing on his health, as it is with all these serious mukbangers. Now, this video is about Chantal Marie. Now, Chantal is Canadian. She's French Canadian, I do believe. I'm sure I'll be corrected if I'm wrong with that. She does speak French, or she understands French very well. As far as speaking French, people say no, she doesn't speak it well, but I wouldn't know. She sounds like she speaks it well to me, enough to make herself understood. My French is very limited, so I wouldn't know. But anyway, she comes from a small town in Canada, and she basically has made a very good living from mukbanging. But again, as with all these mukbangers, and there's several of women on here alongside Nico Avocado, who's a guy, and there are other guys, but the three women I'm kind of focusing on are Chantal, Amberlynn Reed, and Hungry Fat Chick. And they've made money. They're making money on here by eating. Anyway, so this video is called The Rising of a Foodie Beauty, a Cautionary Tale, Part 1. And my name is Josie, for those that are new. And I'm going to introduce you all to Foodie Beauty, aka Chantal. Now, this is a cautionary tale of food, sex, lies, and videotape. Now, Chantal had a meteoric rise as a YouTuber, making close to $20,000 a month. And she accomplished this by eating the worst foods imaginable on camera. Now, this practice is called mukbanging, which started in Korea. And for some reason, people are fascinated with watching other people eat, especially overweight people. So I'm going to play a series of videos by different creators. My favorite being Mr. Snowflake, whose channel will be in the description. Check him out. He has done some really great work. The truth is, he explains Chantal and her humble beginnings and her as a person better than I ever could. So I don't, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing his work, of course, with giving him credit, and I'll be adding my own commentary throughout the video. I'll try not to interrupt too much, because I don't want to take away from what he's saying, because it's very informative, and I'd like everybody to see it and give their comments and see what they think. And please check his channel out. He's done a lot of videos on other creators. I don't think he's mean. He's not, you know, shaming her. I mean, he's sarcastic. We all are. He's British. But he's giving like an honest opinion, and some of it I agree with it, some of it I don't. It's not that I don't agree with it, it's just that sometimes you have to look behind what people, why people do things and whatever, and sometimes, and people from that particular genre probably won't agree with me, but sometimes the eyes are the windows to the soul, and with Chantal you can see the pain behind it. There's something far more going on there than food, but in any event, I'm going to play you the video. I'll try not to interrupt too much, and I'd like your comments. Tell me what you think. And it's going to be in separate parts, because the way Mr. Snowflake did it, he did like 3 videos kind of from how it started to now. And it's shocking how it started to what's going on now. I mean, really quite shocking. You don't have to wait for me to show it. You can go and look at his channel, of course. But I'm going to put my 2 cents in and say what I think. And, you can come back over here and hear my 2 cents if you're interested. So let's go ahead and play the video. And let's see. Let me pull it up. Okay. Now, this video is called From Mukbangs to Madness. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. And I'm going to remove myself and let it begin. And I'll give you my 2 cents in a little bit. I'm going to let the video play. Okay.
Hey guys, me here with a makeup tutorial video. I'm not really a beauty guru, so I guess it's not really a tutorial. It's more of a watch me put my makeup on because I just kind of wing it when I put makeup on.
Back in 2016, Foodie Beauty, also known as Chantal Marie, appeared to be just another beauty channel on YouTube. She would talk makeup and all things related to beauty. Some channels like hers would end up becoming massively successful, although this was usually due to their personalities rather than the actual makeup tips they provided. Because there are so many beauty channels on the platform, it's easy to get left behind. You have to be unique to stand out from the rest. And sadly, for Chantal, she wasn't doing anything special. She would apply her makeup, and not in an especially professional way either. but at least she had the self awareness to realize this herself. While applying her makeup, Chantal would tell us stories. She tried to make them as interesting as possible, but no matter what story she told us, she just wasn't very engaging. And although she did have people subscribe to the channel, it wasn't many at all. Her personality just didn't appear to be engaging enough to make it big on YouTube like she wanted. She seemed nice enough though, even a little quirky.
If you ever hear me talking weird to my cat, total disclaimer, but yeah, I'm a total crazy cat lady, and that's how I talk to her all the time. People think I'm weird.
As well as being quirky, she came across as a shy person, timid, afraid of the world around her.
I just got back from shopping on Boxing Day, and the malls were actually not as bad as I thought they were going to be, which is good because I hate crowded malls. They give me anxiety.
And although her videos may not have been the most interesting thing on YouTube, she did at least appear to be a kind person.
So, I have to do something right now. I have to take an elevator, and I'm deathly afraid of elevators. I hate elevators. Claustrophobic. I've been since I'm young, and I have to take them 4 times right now. I have to go up to my grandma's apartment. She has a bad cold, and I have to go up there, and I have to help her. So I have to be brave. So, why is it making a noise? Oh, I made it. But now I don't like hallways.
Chantal told us she spoke fluent French, although she had not given us a demonstration of this yet. And she told us she had completed a 2 year undergraduate degree in English. She was hoping to go back to school one day, she just didn't know when though. The vast majority of Chantal's videos at this time was her applying her makeup and struggling to think of things to talk about. So the videos were not the most exciting, but for the people who watched along, they did learn more and more about Chantal with each new video. They learned that her favorite color was green. They also learned she owned a cat. Okay, so the things people were learning didn't seem to be that interesting either. But Chantal did her best to keep the stories as interesting as she was capable of.
At the time, it wasn't funny, but when I look back on it, I peed my pants in class. Like,
Chantal owning a cat didn't appear to be all that interesting. However, when she told us she was actually allergic to cats, it became slightly more interesting. She wasn't heavily allergic, but allergic enough that it would sometimes bother her. Owning a cat despite being allergic showed everyone just how much she loved cats, and she really did love them.
And I had a fat cat named Feeberts. Yes, Feeberts. I have to tell you guys about Feeberts. I haven't told you guys about Feeberts. Um, I'll try to find a picture, but I don't know if I have one still. I have his ashes somewhere. Yeah, I have my cat's ashes. Okay.
During this time, we also learned that she was unemployed, having recently finished a 1 year contract as a program administrator in a mental health hospital while covering someone on maternity leave. And we learned that she was born in 1984 and was Canadian, although the accent had already given that away.
sorry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bugs a lot of you, and I'm sorry. That really helps, eh?
We also learned her favourite shows were The Walking Dead, My 600 Pound Life, and Better Call Saul. She was a big Stephen King fan, and when she was not busy, she would spend most of her time watching other YouTubers like Patrick Star, Jeffree Star, Leafy, and PewDiePie. And she loved watching any sort of YouTube drama and just drama in general. Despite Chantal loving creating makeup videos and beauty videos for her channel, the channel itself wasn't exactly taking off, but at least she appeared to be happy with how it was progressing.
Thank you to my subscribers. I checked my account the other day, and I was like, what? Over 200 subscribers? That's so amazing.
Actually, it was quite shocking she had any fans after doing blackface. She may have only had a couple of hundred subscribers at this point, but they all seem to be genuinely interested in the channel and in Chantal. and in return she seemed interested in them, telling them as often as she could just how much she loved them, and she would reply to as many comments as she possibly could. When Chantal was younger, she wanted to be a singer or a writer, and she had always been interested in anything to do with beauty, the makeup, the fashion. Looking good was clearly important to her, and what she was doing seemed to be working.
And I got compliments like all day. You know, I love the color of your lips. I love that your lipstick. What are you wearing?
Yeah, so as I was saying, a lot of people compliment my nails, but
So many compliments. I always get a ton of compliments on this.
Chantal grew up going through different stages. She was once a goth, then in another phase, she would dress like she belonged in the 80s. She had been interested in all of it for as long as she could remember. And now she could make videos expressing her love for all things beauty. She could share her passion with the rest of the world, all with the goal of becoming a big star on YouTube within the beauty community.
Better watch out, PewDiePie, because here I come.
As well as being on a journey to become a huge YouTube star, she also had another journey she was currently on.
I have a, weight loss journey on my channel. And so, yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
Chantal had always struggled with her weight, confessing to always overeating and binging on foods she knew she shouldn't have been eating. She would blame her issues with food, in part, on her father who abandoned her at a young age. Her father leaving deeply affected her. She would go on to see a child psychologist and even be prescribed antidepressants. And although her and her father were in contact now, the relationship wasn't the best it could be. They would see each other now and again, but that's all it was. Now and again. Chantal had a sister she was close to, she told us. They both shared a mother, but they had different fathers. And Chantal had two younger brothers, but her and her brothers had a different mother. She hadn't even met those brothers, which was something that deeply upset Chantal. She may not have had the easiest of childhoods because of the situation with her father, but at least she wasn't dwelling on it or letting it define her. Chantal's channel was all about beauty. She wanted to look good and feel good on camera, and she was on a weight loss journey as well. She wasn't making the classic mistake of starving herself, though. No crackhead diet for her. She was just eating sensibly, and she should have been able to continue her weight loss journey in a successful manner, just as long as she kept the calories down.
This is like crack. I don't know about you guys, but I love hot sauce. Like, love. Look at this. Yes, girl. But I literally cannot eat another bite of this. Like, I can't. I can't. I can't. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to interject here just a little bit. Now, when Chantal first started, since then people get on her about her looks and whatever. I think she's very, very pretty. I liked her makeup. I mean, nobody's going to agree with it. A lot of people are not going to agree with me on that. But when her makeup's done and there are videos of her, she's very, very pretty, I think. And also she reminds me of like one of those old movie stars, in the olden days where they the black and white movies, very pale and I think she's very, very pretty. Now the cat. That's going to become a whole thing. Now the cat's name is BBJ. It's a whole thing, and it's disturbing to say the least, but you can all give your opinions on that as it goes on. I don't think it's till the second or third video that the cat becomes an issue with a lot of people. Now, you know, I also want to say when Jimmy Bunker came up, he is actually Mr. Snowflake's alter ego, and he'll use him at times to make comments, or he'll throw in a little joke here and there. It's his British sense of humour, and I laughed. It just makes me laugh. As far as her singing, she wanted to be a singer. She doesn't have a bad voice at all. She doesn't. And she writes her own songs. And a little later on, I'm going to play a song for you that she actually wrote. And I actually liked it. I didn't know it was, I didn't realize that she wrote it and was actually singing it. Somebody took it and used it as their intro with her singing. And it's a good song, actually. I think it is. And it's sad. It's sad, Now, the pictures of her when she was younger, I mean, she was gorgeous, I thought. It's just such a shame. Anyway, and this is what I'm talking about. When you look at her and you look at what she's doing to herself, and I look kind of behind that, and part of this is I don't know what age she was when she found this out. She obviously had issues as a young child, but and I'm not sure what age she found this out, but in one of her rants and rages, and she was upset, she disclosed live, told everybody basically, that her father was actually her uncle. He was her mother's brother. And I don't know what happened there now. I have no idea. But, whether it was consensual or not, I don't know. But that's what she was born out of, and that would traumatize anybody. I mean, my God, and she told everybody that. And, I can't imagine that. I cannot imagine that. And what happened is people took that and called him her funkle. It's not funny. No, it's not funny at all, really. They call him her funkle because he's her father uncle, and I just think that's a shame, and as time goes on, if you saw, the beginning of the video towards kind of the middle of it, you'll see the weight gain, the chins get bigger. She was already big to start with, but to continually eat like this every single day, it's detrimental to her health. It really is. But anyway, so let's continue, and I'll try not to interrupt too much, like I said. Okay.
Sorry, I'm in a zone right now. So good. So friggin' good.
Yes, Chantal had quickly gone from makeup to mukbangs. It all started when, in one video, she ate some lasagna. The views were massive compared to what she had been used to. She would be lucky to get a few hundred views on her beauty videos, and in the video where she ate food, she got tens of thousands of views. So she made another video eating food and another. And why not? Eating food on camera had worked for plenty of other channels. Seeing overweight people eat a large amount of food, well, there was clearly an audience for it. But Chantal told us she was on a weight loss journey. Surely doing these mukbangs would ruin that journey.
On the days that I don't do mukbangs, I'm gonna eat very little, and whatever I eat is going to be healthy. And I'm going to be starting a workout routine, get my ass in shape.
As well as eating less on her days off from mukbanging and working out apparently, Chantal was also doing something called intermittent fasting. She would only give herself an 8-hour window to eat food, and then after that window, she couldn't eat another thing. She was serious about losing weight and not letting the mukbangs interfere with that, although almost immediately she would break that fast and eat whenever she wanted. Jumping from beauty to mukbangs did seem like an odd switch, but eating was where the views were at, and she had also had an interest in watching mukbangs anyway, despite her never mentioning it before. She told us that for her first official mukbang, which was her eating takeout, that the takeout mukbangs would not be a regular thing, because for one, it was expensive, and she was actually a good cook herself, so she would be making most of the food, and making healthy food as well. And after a couple of takeout food mukbangs, true to her word, she started cooking more and tried to make the meals as healthy as she could. However, the views for the healthy home cooked meals simply weren't there compared to the unhealthy ones. So, back to the takeout food she went. The views for these takeout mukbangs were huge compared to anything else she had done on her channel, although they weren't always the most exciting of videos.
I don't really have anything to talk about like today. So this mukbang's kind of boring. I know I'm not really I don't know what to talk about. So yeah, so I guess that's it. You know, wasn't the most exciting um, fast food mukbang, but
The mukbangs that weren't the most exciting still drew big views for her, proving that there was clearly an audience for watching big people eat big food. Despite all the recent mukbangs, Chantal assured us she was still on her weight loss journey, only it had been slightly tweaked.
I'm gonna be going to see the my GP, and I'm gonna be asking to be referred for the weight loss surgery. I've decided.
Chantal told us she was only going to do mukbangs sparingly, but she was uploading almost every day, and it was her eating
All
bad
right,
food.
first bites for you
She was
guys.
stuck. Do the mukbangs for the views or eat healthy for the sake of her health? Chantal chose the unhealthy mukbangs, and it was definitely working for
I
her.
wonder if I can keep it
Just a
on.
big thank you to my followers. I'm at like almost 600 subscribers, and I'm just so amazed how fast my channel's grown. And I just want to say thank you guys. You guys seem to genuinely like me for my personality. And I really, really appreciate that. I really do.
The views and subs were coming in nicely now. Chantal, though, seemed to think she was becoming popular for her and her personality alone, rather than for just being overweight and scoffing unhealthy food. So, she began to try other videos out as well, thinking they would be as popular as the mukbangs. She tried a few different videos, one of which was her telling us which YouTubers she would smash or pass.
So first famous YouTuber is PewDiePie. Um yeah, of course. I mean, I love PewDiePie. I don't know about you guys, but PewDiePie is very cute. Très cute, and I would definitely smash. All right, next we have Onision, another infamous YouTuber. This Onision, yeah, I would probably smash. Like cute boyfriend material type of cute. You know what I mean? Like he's one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. I definitely would smash him. Yeah. Well, he wouldn't smash me because he's not into women, but and he has a boyfriend. So, you know what? I would play around with him. I would do sexual things with him, I guess. I don't know. I think he's a good looking person. Just he's very striking. And, just like lay in bed naked and do makeup on each other. I don't know. Yeah, I would probably smash him as well.
She also tried an unboxing video as well, but going from over 100,000 views for her mukbangs to less than 1,000 views was a clear sign what her audience were interested in. She tried a video where she did some impressions to show us her funny side.
No, kitty, that's a bad kitty. I love cheesy poofs. We love cheesy poofs. Oh, hamburgers.
That was mayonnaise on her dress. I'll be back.
Again, the views were simply not there compared to the mukbangs. She even went back to what she had originally wanted to become successful with, makeup videos. She tried doing a review of a Jeffree Star product, but even with the name Jeffree Star in the title, the video didn't do well. Her audience clearly didn't want unboxing or makeup tutorials. They wanted to watch a big girl eat big food and give us stories, drama, controversy, and Chantal eventually realized this.
This happened to me. I was called a racist, and I'm not racist at all. I have an African boyfriend, so I kidnapped somebody. And when I first met him, I was 15, and he was 21. So yeah, kind of to begin with. I mean, I was a mature, younger person, but my homeless lover. He wasn't too scruffy looking, but he was kind of scruffy, you know. He was carrying like a shopping bag, and it had like DVDs in it, probably to pawn them. Like, let's go sit on the rock and, have a cigarette. My cigarettes, but whatever. We found a rock, a big rock, and we did it on the rock near the harbor. Also have a story about how I stalked somebody in a band.
It's hard to know for sure if all of the stories she began telling us were truthful, especially after she admitted she had lied about her previous job in the mental hospital.
I haven't been completely honest with you guys, but I told you guys that I had left my job because I had a 1-year contract. The truth is, I was let go at my job. I'm technically not supposed to talk about what happened, but fuck it. You know how much and I felt like I was doing a good job. You know what I mean? It was the type of situation where no matter what you did, there was always something. It wasn't good enough. And I have a feeling that she just didn't want me there. You know what I mean? For some reason, I don't know what. I don't know if she didn't like overweight people. She was a very health conscious person, always biking around Italy, fuck, blah, blah, blah. And eating her fucking bean salad or whatever. And then, like, just, she was kind of condescending. You know what I mean? I called in sick one time. This was the first time I called in sick. I started to lose motivation to come to work. Her just always berating my work, like, in front of people at meetings. Like, I would be there to take minutes. Are you sure you wrote that down correctly? Like, oh, but I kind of burned my bridges because I started. That's where I'm kind of immature. If something pisses me off and is not going right, I become very discouraged, and I just don't give a shit anymore. Like, I don't care what happens. I just didn't want to go. It was just too much. So I just I couldn't do it anymore. So I called in sick a lot. And had a box of Kleenex with her. Like, when I saw the box of Kleenex, I'm not stupid. I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, she thinks I'm gonna cry. They're gonna fire me. I had a feeling they're letting you go effective immediately. I wasn't even allowed to go get my stuff. And it did sting a little. I could feel my cheeks getting red. She gave me the termination letter. I still have it. Says nothing about calling in sick, nothing about being inadequate on the job. You know what the reason was? Is that they checked to go in and out of the parking lot. You have to use your badge to swipe in and out. They checked the parking lot badge swipes, and it was determined that I had left work early on a regular basis, which is absolutely bullshit. I never got out of there early.
maybe 2 or 3 minutes, on occasion.
She now, it appeared, was trying to emulate the great Nikocado avocado, poor choice. After all, Nicocado's health had been getting worse and worse with every mukbang he did. But he also had made himself a millionaire through his videos. So, if Chantal was going to copy someone else, Nicocado perhaps was her best choice. Despite her channel not being what she initially set it out to be, Chantal was enjoying her channel increasing in popularity, and getting a channel off the ground and getting it to be successful wasn't easy. Chantal, like most people who do this, had to make some sacrifices.
Okay, so I'm going to briefly interject here, right? So 1,000 to 100,000 views is amazing. That's how much people like watching people eat. It's amazing to me. Second thing is, I don't know if I just witnessed blasphemy, but I've never seen anybody put ketchup on their pizza ever. I don't know. I mean, some of you people your subscribers are from MobTube and you're Italian. Would you put ketchup on your pizza? She has this thing with sauces, as you'll see throughout the video. Soy sauce, which is so high in sodium, salt. Mayonnaise, any sauce Chantal can get, she will put on her food. And sometimes like a mixture of sauces. I've never really seen anything like it. And this is no shade. I mean, if that's what she likes, that's what she likes. But I've never seen that, As far as the weight loss surgery, that's going to become an issue as time goes on. You'll see why that's an issue. One thing I noticed about this video, I mean, I love my animals. I have 2 dogs, Sir Winston Churchill and Lady Diana Spencer. They're 2 boxers. I'll introduce you to them next time. I'm using an avatar right now. It's kind of late, and I've got to get up in the morning. But I'll obviously show my face. I'll be on here. The smashing thing. She would smash PewDiePie. Didn't he have like a pink feather boa and a crown on his head? I don't think he's very interested in women at all, Chantal, by the way. And it just seemed that everybody you went through, you would smash them all. There wasn't like a no anywhere. And, it's that was interesting. Now, if you've noticed as she's been talking and Mr. Snowflake, has gone to different clips, the food in front of her is massive. It would feed a small African village. I mean, my God, Chantal, pourquoi? Then she talks about this homeless guy. I have a question. Was his name Tony Pizza by any chance? I'm just joking, Tony Pizza. Don't get all aerated. I'm joking. But she tells this story later on. And what she says is that she was leaving a party and, nobody was interested in her and she wanted to have sex. And she walked along and saw this homeless guy with a bag, and he had DVDs in it, and they ended up doing it on a big rock. Yeah, I'm sure the rock had to be big, but I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she's even sharing this stuff. And the thing is, she's been caught in lies on here. Over time, it gets worse. In the beginning, it's little white lies, like about her job. Um, Originally, she said it was a year contract, the year was up, but that's clearly not what happened. And, she admits to it later. And like the thing with Chantal, as you watch her for a while, um, she does lie and hide the truth, but then a little later she'll come out and say, yeah, I lied. So, I don't think she's just straight up lying all the time. She admits to it. That's what I've seen so far. As it goes on, like right now, she's totally lying about a lot of stuff, and maybe it'll come out later because she's the type of person that she'll say something and it's a lie. She knows it's a lie, and then later on she'll admit to it and say, I lied about that because of this or that. So it's lying, and it depends how you feel. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
I really feel like YouTube is like a family because I like don't even talk to my real peeps in my real life, as much because I'm so busy doing videos and interacting. You know what I mean?
When Chantal used to do her makeup videos, she would drop in the odd little fact or memory about her past, but not truly dedicated story times about herself. But now she was. Okay, so it may not have been an original idea, mukbangs and story times, but it was working for her. Despite not doing makeup videos anymore, she still clearly had an interest in looking desirable.
I was amazed at all the kind comments that I logged into, and a lot of them were about my makeup. So I think the guy had a crush on me at Burger King because he gave me 3 sauces, and usually they forget my sauce. I think that's like a little way of him saying, yeah, you're cute. I don't know. And she was like complimenting me and calling me pretty and stuff. So I kind of got like a she was hitting on me kind of vibe.
Looking good, though, sadly came at a cost.
Yeah, so as I was saying, a lot of people compliment my nails, but I'm not going to get them that long anymore because I know this is gross, but I can't pick my nose properly.
Okay, it wasn't the nicest thing to admit to, but if that was the grossest thing Chantal was going to do on her channel, well, it wasn't that bad.
Okay, I have ketchup on my boobies and no bra on. No, ignored it, but I'm like immature. Oh my god, you guys. My cheese just fell in my cleavage, like no joke. You did not just see shawarma sauce leak into my cleavage. Um, now, yeah, that's what we do. That's we do boyfriend girlfriend shit. Fart on each other. We have actually farted on each other.
The person she discussed farting on was her boyfriend, BB. Chantal had mentioned her boyfriend a couple of times now in her videos. The pair had been together for almost 6 years at this point. They had met online on a dating site called Plenty of Fish, while Chantal was actually seeing another man she had been with for almost 7 years. Chantal and her now ex had 2 cats together and they were even engaged. But according to her, she just fell out of love with him, and they began to feel more like roommates than lovers. They hadn't been intimate for 6 months, and the love was just starting to fade away. So, what did Chantal do about the issues they were having?
I started going online and getting attention. The kind of attention that I was lacking with him. And then I started getting attention and I was like, I went on.
Yes, of course, she went online looking to speak to other men, and that's where she met her current boyfriend, BB. Chantal felt bad about breaking her ex-boyfriend's heart, and she also admitted that she was impulsive in nature and could get angry. She wasn't sounding like the best catch in the world, but she never struggled to find boyfriends. She had always been in relationships. In fact, she was afraid to not be in one, fearing being alone. Despite her mentioning BB a couple of times in her videos, we never really got to see him on camera. We would catch the odd glimpse of him in the background and hear him off camera sometimes as well. But despite not seeing him on camera, it was very clear that the love between Chantal and BB was very strong, and that they knew each other inside and out.
Number 21. If you were a crayon, what color would you be? I don't know. Why is it a question like if I was a crayon? Like what? Pink. You think I would be pink? Yellow. I hate yellow. Like I don't like yellow anything. I know that's really mean to yellow. I don't even like yellow candies. What? I don't like bananas.
They just seemed to get one another like no other couple on YouTube we had ever seen before. It's almost like they spoke their own language.
My boyfriend cooked tonight some African food. So what is it called? What? I can't say that.
BB was from Senegal, so now and again there could be a slight issue with communicating, but that didn't matter when they loved each other as much as they did. Chantal and BB lived together in a small apartment. For most couples, that could lead to arguments, being so close to one another without much space. But because of how much they loved each other, that was not an issue for these two.
I'm sorry for the loud noise in the background.
Chantal wanted kids with BB in the future, a girl named Audrey after her grandmother, or a boy named Malik after BB's father. Chantal's fans were in for a real treat when they finally got to meet BB.
This is my boyfriend, everybody. And he's going to do my makeup as requested. And he really hates me right now for this. So I hope you appreciate what he's doing. And this is the only video you're going to make with me. Is that right? Well, yeah. Well, actually, it kind of does make my face look a bit slimmer. I know who I look like right now, but I'm not going to say. It would be mean.
Fans were happy to finally meet BB, even if he didn't appear to be very enthused to be on camera. He would also appear on screen when cooking a meal with Chantal, and again, he didn't appear to be one for the camera.
Hi guys! What's up guys? We are going to eat this delicious mafe.
Okay, I'm going to interject here again. Oh my God. First of all, farting on each other. Oh my God, I would die. I hate people farting. I hate them burping. I don't like chewing loudly. I do, certain things like make the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and that's farting is one of them. Anyway, so this is BB now. I mean, he's a little fella, isn't he, really? And, African men, he's from the Senegal, West Africa, which is very close to the Gambia, West Africa, where my father is from. And so I kind of get him a little bit here. A lot of African men, and I don't know if the Senegal is one of them, one of those countries where, the bigger the woman is, the more affluent you look. They like bigger women for that reason. It means the man's successful, is feeding his family, that type of thing. I don't know if the Senegal is part of that or not, or that's how they think there. I don't know, but there are African countries where they do think that. And I feel a bit bad for BB because he really loved Chantal. Out of all the men that come and go, as this is going to continue. As it goes on, you'll see maybe BB, one of the creators, feels as though, BB may be one of her biggest regrets, because he did truly love her for her. He didn't care about her weight. He didn't care about any of that. And he worked his ass off. She stayed home. And, the only thing that he did like was his video games and stuff like that. He would cook for her. And I know some people are going to probably say, well, yeah, I mean, there are guys that, like to feed women. They're called feeders, and it's a fetish. But I don't think that was the case with BB. I think he truly loved her. And I feel a bit bad for him, how it turned out, and how he was treated, But at the same time, I also understand Chantal, because, if there's no sex, basically, if there's no sex, there's nothing. You do become roommates and things like that. So I get that part, what she was saying there. She wanted more out of life. She's young. Yes, she's overweight, but that doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to be happy. You're not happy, you got to move on, and that's just the way it is. Anyway, what I was thinking, actually, and this is a little wicked and no shade meant here, but I'm figuring she never got on top. Because this guy's so little, isn't he little? Like, I'm thinking I think it might have killed him, but anyway, let's continue with the video. Okay, hold on.
Look at that.
He may not have looked interested, but at least the conversation between the two was electric. Back and forth, back and forth. It looked like it was almost scripted. It flowed so perfectly.
And we're going to cook it on both sides until it's brown, right, babe? Thanks for cooking. So traditionally in Senegal and in other African countries too, you eat off the same big plate. Like there's one big plate of food made for the whole family and for friends and neighbors who come and eat, right? And they invite everybody to eat. They're so generous and nice. And everybody just eats, But if I go into your spot, is that rude?
Yes.
We're gonna spray. Do you want some on yours?
Yeah.
Where do you buy vegetables?
At the market.
You really made it well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like it? This past year, in January, will be 1 year where I've done YouTube videos. I've had a YouTube account for a while, but mostly just to watch videos, like a lot of you. But January will be 1 year where I actually...
Okay, so the pair didn't exactly look like they were in love. Or maybe BB didn't. But at least he was sweet enough to leave her surprise gifts when she wasn't expecting it.
Okay, so I got in my car, and BB, to my surprise, I'm pretty sure he did. He left me a nice fart. The windows were rolled up. He had the heat on. I don't have the heat on at all. I had to roll down my windows. It smelled like fart in the car. So when
BB worked as a security guard at a local government building, while Chantal did nothing. As we all know, she recently worked as a program administrator, but as we also know now, she had lied about why she had left the job. But apparently it was a well-paying job while she was there, so she could afford not to work for a while. Plus, she claimed unemployment as well. And with her boyfriend working, she could afford to do nothing. Although she didn't totally do nothing, she had recently joined a gym that she didn't go to. Things were going great. She was madly in love with Bibi, and her channel was steadily on the rise. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows.
I muted a troll on my channel today. I'm not saying everyone has to agree with me, but somebody pointed out that this person was a troll, and then I noticed that they were commenting on everything negatively, like always negative, you know? So it's like, well, I could probably make a list for you if you want of 100 different things you could do other than watching my content. But actually, well, thanks for watching, but you know.
Chantal explaining she muted a troll was probably the worst thing she could have done. If she did, in fact, have a dedicated troll, then there was no doubt the troll would be watching her videos. And she just mentioned them, which is the goal of the troll. Either be mentioned by the person you're trolling, or influence their actions in some way. She had to learn to not feed the trolls what they wanted, or they would definitely be back, and in greater numbers. It is never a good idea to interact in any sort of way with anybody trolling you. In order to keep these negative people away, she had to not let them know they were getting to her. That would be the worst thing she could do.
You guys don't know how many times I've come close to like, I'm not saying this for pity, I'm just telling you how it is. Like, I almost lost my shit and just taking a break. I'm taking a break from YouTube. I'm quitting. You know, it's not for me. I don't have to deal with this shit, you know?
She may have been reacting, but she would come to understand that reacting was definitely the wrong way to go about it.
I think it's important to just like deal with our emotions and just completely ignore that shit, you know? And it's like otherwise it does become toxic, and it consumes you if you let it, you know? But if you don't let it and you don't give it any reaction, it literally has no power over you, you know?
Clearly not enjoying the YouTube comment section, Chantal decided it was time to head home. Fans eagerly awaited Chantal's trip home. Up until this point, it had almost been exclusively her sat in her little apartment eating food. So she was planning on heading home and planned on meeting up with someone very special.
Because when I go to my hometown, I have so many people that I have to see because I don't go there too often, you know? One of them is one of my best friends, who's my ex.
The ex she planned on meeting wasn't just any old ex, it was the man she was with for 7 years, the man she had 2 cats with, the man she was engaged to, the man she got bored with and went online looking for attention, and the man she'd left for Bibi. He was called Jamie, she told us. Bibi didn't seem to care one bit about Chantal meeting up with an old flame. Chantal, as we knew, had always been in relationships, and she never struggled for attention, even when she was younger.
I was about 16 or 17, probably 16. This crappy ass car comes driving along. Out of the car steps out this tall and lanky guy. He like completely ignores my friend's existence completely. Zones in on me. He was like, "Do you have a boy? Do you have a boyfriend?" And then right after he's like, "Do you want one?" And I don't remember what I said here. I don't think it was a strict no.
Fans didn't have to wait long to see Chantal head back home. Her fans were enjoying seeing where she came from, and Chantal was enjoying meeting up with her family and reminiscing about fond memories.
So I'm just heading to my mother's now, and I'll do some filming inside, so you can see her pets and things. And then later I'm going to dinner with my ex-boyfriend. He's my friend now, so I'm not going to refer to him as my ex. His name is Jamie. I call him Pete. My boyfriend knows about him. The brick building you just saw when I turned the corner, big brown brick building on the corner, that used to be a group home for troubled teens, and I actually lived there for a while. I used to make out in this park all the time. It's right around the corner from my house. Used to make out with boys here. Hey, mommy in it. This is my mom's dog, Buster.
Hi,
This is,
nice to meet you.
say hi.
Hi. My nails are very long like Chantal's. See?
Hi,
I need
buddy.
to get groomed
This dog is
because
gonna bite us all.
in a minute.
He doesn't like anybody. See his teeth, Shody? He's gonna bite me. Buddy, this is my mom's cat, Angel. Hi. Say hi. She doesn't like being pet, but I'm picking up Pete's and
Okay, so BB was so uncomfortable, you know. As you see, he left the table really quick and she was left with an empty chair. I did laugh at that because when she was talking about, how African families, they put all the food on one plate and they sit round and everybody eats off it. Yes, that's true. I've seen that. I never partook myself. But my dad used to do that when he'd have his friends over. He'd make this big platter and, they'd all sit around and eat. And they generally ate with their hands, actually. Uh, they would make look like a semolina type stuff. It's called something. I forget what it is. But anyway, they would eat with their hands and all sit around talking. But, it was never anything appetizing to me in any event. But as you see, BB couldn't wait to get the hell up out of there. Then he leaves her. God, I mean, he's a sweet guy to start a car. It's cold, whatever, but to fart in the car with the windows up and the heat on, I would have thrown up. I wouldn't have even, I would have killed BB when I got home. I would have killed him. I can't stand anything like that. That would have made me throw up on the spot, right? And then the troll part, she didn't understand trolls at first. I didn't when I got on here. I don't get it. I mean, I get trolled and I don't know I'm being trolled, still. So, I get that part, but you live and you learn and you learn, That's all I really have to say about that. Now, Pete's, we're going to meet Pete's in a minute. And when you see him now in this video that's coming up, he actually looks pretty good. He's slimmer. His skin looks good. He looks good. As time goes on, as you're going to see the deterioration of Pete's. Okay, him and Chantal start living together, and he goes downhill real fast. And the last part of that video, before we got to this, that dog, her mother's dog, hates her. So does the cat. Did you see the look on the cat's face? Huh? The dog was baring its teeth. And they say, it's kind of weird because all of these women, the mukbangers, well, not Hungry Fat Chick, but what's the other one there? Amber Lynn Reid. They love cats. They've got cats. The cat's going to become a big issue later on, and you'll see why. It's really annoying. Makes people angry. Made me angry because I mean, I have two dogs, but I like cats too. I like all animals, but the way this cat, it was heartbreaking. Really, it really was. And there's no excuse for it. There's no it was just laziness. It was pure laziness, and we'll get to that later on not in this video. I don't think he mentions it this video. It might be later on, but that becomes like a serious issue. Anyway, let's continue. Let's meet Pete's.
we are going to we're gonna go eat actually. So this is their cream of chicken soup. Okay, so I have 3 chicken fillets, bread, gravy, maple sauce, 2 potato fries. What are you having? You're having the same thing. Chicken tenders.
Fillets with regular fries.
Oh, everybody, who are you? Introduce yourself.
I'm James. I'm sure I've been given another name on here.
Pete's.
There you go.
And we're gonna eat, right?
Yep. I'm feeling some of your sauce.
Hey,
Oh, that was a bit more than I meant.
you know what the penalty is for that? Ass kicking. Just kidding. Maple cake. Somewhere, I'm not even hungry.
Finally, we met Jamie, or Pete's as he was more commonly known. They may have been former lovers, but now they were just good friends. And although this was the first time we met Pete's, I'm sure I've seen Pete somewhere before. Chantal had originally fell for Pete's when the two shared a writing class in high school. Pete's would routinely get bullied by the other students, and this was one of the things that attracted her to Pete's in the first place, that he was different in some way to everyone else. We sadly didn't get to see much of Pete's during her trip home, but any Pete's fans needn't have worried. The two were very close friends, so we would thankfully get to see him again.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Like super hyper today. Going to see Pete's for a movie. Anyways, guys, so I'm just gonna head on down, and I guess the next thing you'll see is probably Pete's. What's up? Say hi, Pete's.
Hi, me.
So I picked up Pete's from work, and are you glad to be off work, Pete's?
Yep. Oh, not sure they actually counted in 3D either. I have no idea. I know nothing.
Hey, you said that correctly.
Just call me Jon Snow.
I know nothing. You did it. You didn't do a double negative. Thank you. Thank you.
I know my grammar.
What about memories to say by purpose?
Yep.
What else did I? What was
On
the other
accident.
one? Oh, on accident. That's not a word.
It's becoming common.
Oh, by the way, I have to poop.
People.
I have to poop. I usually do.
Yep.
I pick my nose on camera all the time.
I can believe it. Nose picker.
Nose picker.
And then you wipe them on that turd of a cat.
I love my baby girl. You're a cat hater.
I love my cat.
Our cat? No, your cat.
My tinny.
All right.
Bitch.
Fat bitch. You're funny, Pete's.
To be fair to Pete, he seemed to get on better with Chantal than BB did, although maybe he was just more comfortable in front of the camera compared to BB. We hadn't seen or even heard of Chantal and BB going out anywhere. They would just sit in the house getting in each other's way. So at least when Chantal wanted to go do something fun, she had Pete on standby. Many thought it was weird the two remained friends after once being lovers, especially after she cheated on him for BB. But Pete didn't seem to have a problem with this. He seemed just happy enough to be in Chantal's company. There was this overriding feeling that if Chantal had asked Pete to start things up again, Pete wouldn't hesitate to say yes. After returning from her trip home, things settled down in a predictable routine. Chantal would upload a mukbang, we would hear BB in the background watching TV after a long shift, and Chantal wouldn't really say anything interesting. She did start to tell drama-style stories at one point, but they seemed to have disappeared. Months and months would pass, and Chantal would say nothing of note. If she wanted to reach Nikocado levels, she needed to start telling more dramatic stories and get that reaction.
And I decided to go online. And I had been talking to this guy who lived in Ottawa. So he was like, we're looking for another girl to fool around with. We want to. How much would it be for a taxi? I'll pay for your taxi. now. And it was already probably like 8 at night, so it was late. So I said, yeah, it's a good, hour and a half drive. And the taxi picks me up, and I just grab a bag with a change of underwear and a 40-ounce bottle of liquor that was half finished already. I was planning on drinking in the vehicle. I figure the cab driver's probably male, can show him cleavage, he'll let me drink. Anyway, when I got there, they paid the taxi driver. I was like, wow, nobody's ever spent 120 on me before. So, they were the girlfriend was just kind of like, from the get-go, the girlfriend, I don't know what her problem was. If she either wasn't attracted to me, or she didn't like me, and she was jealous. You know what I mean? Because she would, the whole night, she was like looking at me like she didn't pay attention to me. She would just give me dirty looks the whole night, and I wasn't getting a vibe at all from her. So I was like, okay, whatever. The guy, I kind of got the same vibe. Like, he was kind of just like, almost like he was going along with what she wanted. He didn't want to make her, this was a new thing for them, whatever. Couples are fucking annoying when it comes to threesomes. Like, either you want to do it or you don't. I go in the room. The minute I get in there, they stop giggling and they look at me. And I'm like, do you mind if I get in bed with you guys? So I get in bed. And the girl, like, kind of just shrinks away. And then after a few minutes, she's like, I think I'm just going to go to bed. So I'm like, okay. She's like, do you mind hitting the light when you leave the room? I was like, you invited me here. You paid $120 for me to get here. And you're acting like a total bitch. Like, what's your problem? And then the guy was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to go to bed. Sorry. We're just really tired, I was like, okay. So he's like, here, I'll set you up your own little space. I woke up early the next morning. Naturally, I woke up to the feeling of having to be sick. So I ran like through the little hall, and it was a small bathroom apartment. So their bedroom was right there beside the bathroom. I'm like, they're going to hear everything. I find the bathroom, get on my knees, start doing my thing. And so it comes out both ends. And I had a skirt on. I had a G-string. The barf goes projectile all over the wall. The poop goes all over their floor. No towels, no paper towel anywhere in the bathroom. No toilet paper. At this point, I was like panicking. But they didn't wake up. They were still sleeping somehow. I didn't hear any movement. I didn't know what to do. I took my G-string off, cleaned up with some socks. It was disgusting. I called a taxi, and I took it to my aunt's house. I snuck out of the house and to my aunt's after that ordeal with my, being sick without waking them up. What happened after when I went home, I never heard from them again. I never heard from him again. So I'm assuming they found my mess and just were like, screw this chick. I'm not messaging her anymore.
As disgusting as her story was, it drew views, comments, and all the attention she could ask for.
Okay. I have to poop when she's in the car with Pete. No comment. I just can't imagine. No, I just can't. No comment on that. If you notice in this particular video, her face is getting bigger and bigger. So she must notice that. I mean, I don't know. Now, the threesome story was horrendous. I mean, girlfriend wasn't interested. Neither of them were interested when she got there. And the reason for this is because, Chantal kind of puts up pictures of herself that are not her true self. So when they see her in person, no, that wasn't what they were looking for. Neither of them, I believe, was interested. Now, Chantal says, well, either the girlfriend just wasn't interested or she was jealous. I think she prefers to think the latter. But no, what happened when what you ordered and what what they ordered and what they got was not what they wanted. Let me put it that way. And this is no shade on Chantel. That's just the way it is. But you don't portray yourself in such a way, and that's not you. When you're going to do a threesome with people. I mean, I don't know. And I can't even imagine. Um, I just don't believe either of them were interested. And to poop over somebody's floor and vomit all over their bathroom. Um, oh. But, at the same time, there's no towels, there's no toilet paper, there's nothing you can clean it up. Uh, I mean, what are you going to do? I don't know what I did. Well, it wouldn't happen in my situation, but uh, I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
Chantal was starting to fully understand that drama sells, especially when compared to talking about cats and what beauty products she used. Now she had the drama as well as the mukbangs. Binging is what got Chantal to where she was now, unhappy with her body. She hadn't mentioned anything about her weight loss journey for a while, but when someone asked her about it in a Q&A, she admitted she wasn't really on a weight loss journey anymore, and that she was in between, so bear with her and she would get back on it. And for anyone who was well versed in the overweight lol cow, Chantal saying she would get healthy one day sounded like she was going to get healthy never. She did originally tell us that the mukbangs wouldn't be a problem for her weight loss journey, that she would eat healthy when not on camera, but that wasn't happening, and going to the gym wasn't happening either. She started mentioning how she wanted to get weight loss surgery and that the unhealthy mukbangs would have to stop being so often. She couldn't keep stuffing her face, then expect the doctors to okay the surgery. She would have to lose some weight first.
My channel is so weird, okay? Because I started as wanting to do a weight loss channel. No, I started as doing Lush hauls, then makeup, then a weight loss, and then I'm like, I love doing mukbangs. After I did that one mukbang, so I started doing mukbangs and talking. And I talked more and more in my mukbangs into story times. And now I don't know where it's gonna go. Um, once I start this weight loss surgery journey, but I'm gonna bring you guys every step of the way.
One minute, she told us when she eventually started the weight loss journey for real, she would take us all along every step of the way. Then other times would say the opposite.
And I appreciate all your comments and your suggestions. But I'm not going to talk anymore about weight loss surgery, about weight loss, about that part of my life, because somebody has pointed out it is a bit of a downer. I mean, this is a foodie channel, and that part of my life I'm just going to keep private for now. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try to, be a healthier person or whatever, but if I don't want to, at least I didn't put it out there and say I'm going to, and then people pick apart every little thing you say.
Her weight was an issue not just for her, but for some people who watched her channel. And Chantal, despite knowing it was best to ignore the negative people, just couldn't help herself.
I get a lot of hate for being overweight, and I don't have a lot of subscribers, so I don't know how I would react if I had that much hate. But I think I'm a pretty decent person, and I don't deserve it. So I feel pretty good in saying I'll kiss my fat ass. I have to stop looking at the comments because they enrage me. Like, it's not just the mean ones; it's the stupid mean ones. Like some idiot wrote something stupid, weight related, really mean, and someone else replied with, like, someone told them off for it, like, get out of here, you asshole, blah blah blah. But then the type of comment I fucking hate the most is when somebody retorts to somebody sticking up for her with, "Oh, so you're condoning obesity?" It's gonna trigger some people. because they're gonna be like, "Why are you eating donut burgers?" So
Chantal had always had to deal with haters online, and she had always had to deal with them in real life too.
when you're overweight, people bully you throughout life.
She'd wanted to lose weight for such a long time now, but had never managed it. And now, with the trolls calling her names, it seemed to give her a little push. She knew, though, that she couldn't carry on eating the way she was eating. She needed to do something about it. Sitting, eating so much unhealthy food wasn't good for her body, and sat eating while baring her soul to camera didn't seem to be doing wonders for her mind either.
Because I've been treated like pure shit from so many people for no reason. And I feel like I do need to talk to somebody. I don't know. And I wonder, like, why do I hurt myself for what other people have done to me when I didn't deserve it?
And she did try and stop eating so poorly. Finally, it seemed like she was ready to lose this weight.
So basically, to get healthier, what I'm trying to do is it is really hard, and I really don't expect people who don't have food addiction to understand. Like, I really need help with this. And I just put that off. I just brushed it off that I don't need help. I can do this myself. But I'm really, really trying. And you don't see everything. You don't see, like, the green smoothies I have for breakfast or things like that. Am I exercising right now? No, I'm not going to lie about that. I do want to start going on walks. Um,
On the 29th of October 2017, Chantal weighed in at 372 pounds. She was still doing the mukbangs, but instead of pizzas and burgers, it was back to the home cooked healthy meals. She was, though, trying the Amber Lynn Reid School of losing weight. She would try a potato diet for a week, then a 5-day juice cleanse. She was trying all sorts.
So, what I notice in these videos with her is sometimes she'll have diet soda. Most of the time, she's drinking the full fat sugar sodas, Coca-Cola, 7 Up, whatever it is, and then it just makes no sense to have all that food in front of you and eat it all and drink a Diet Coke. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. It's like you might as well just have the regular Coke. I mean, what's the difference? Anyway, the weight loss surgery later on becomes a huge thing. I mean, a huge thing. She should have done. I personally feel like if she'd have started a weight loss journey, it would have been just as successful as her eating all that crap. People would have jeered her on. That's what I think. I think that was a mistake on her part. But she has a binge eating disorder, I guess, and it's hard to not eat what she's eating. The mean comments obviously really hurt her. You can see it in her face, you can see it in her eyes, and yeah, people can be mean. We know that, don't we? Only thing is, what was with the blue lipstick? Chantal, never wear that lipstick again. That was awful. Did you no favors whatsoever? Horrible. Anyway, let's continue.
Of different and strange diets. She had even started to go to Overeaters Anonymous.
Yeah, I'm patting myself on the back that I'm forcing myself to go. I'm not going to miss any of these meetings unless it's a holiday, like they said, unless they're canceled. But if I can make it, if my heart is beating and I'm breathing and I'm alive, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make these meetings. Like I said, like a lot of people don't understand that this is compulsive overeating is a disease. It's an illness, and they list it as a disease. Um, we went through step 1 for the first meeting. I am definitely gonna go back every week. I started. It's so funny that I started my channel. Like I started doing makeup, but I shortly after I started doing mukbangs, and I thought, oh, I want to just like they were unhealthy. They were really unhealthy, and now it's like a completely different vibe. And as I change, so will the vibe of my channel. And I'm not gonna do something just for views and money. Like I've said before, it's just not worth it.
And along with eating better, drinking more water, and stopping the unhealthy mukbangs, she was trying a more positive approach to food and in life in general.
I'm debating putting like inspirational quotes in my videos, like at the beginning, like a quote of the day. Like today's was going to be, life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself.
Motivational quotes were a little cliche, but at least she was trying to be more positive. And lots of other channels would try the motivational stuff to help inspire. Even Jimmy Bunker gave it a go on his channel. Not only was Chantal eating better and drinking more water, being more positive, but she had also decided she was going to go vegan. She was cooking the vegan meals herself and loving it, although loving it didn't last long.
I'm at Popeyes. I said I was coming here to be bad, and I did. That's a promise I follow through on. If I can get that down pat, and then I do need therapy for food addiction. That's, I'm wishy-washy. I mean, it's messed up, but honestly, it sounds really ignorant to say this, but I don't know if I want to live a life where I can't ever have treats. And
She only did a few videos talking about how great being vegan was until she gave up. She would share the news that she was going to lose weight, eat up all the compliments. Then, when she failed, she would be annoyed at receiving criticism.
I am not going to share any type of weight loss journey publicly. And it's not, whenever I say that, people automatically jump to the conclusion that I'm just gonna put off weight loss entirely from my life. And you know what? Even if I did, that's my choice, right? So just because someone's overweight and on the internet doesn't mean they have to share their weight loss journey. And I have gone through a cycle of saying I'm going to do it and share it publicly, but then not do it. Like not do it, not be consistent and follow through with it, and just be a failure at weight loss basically. And then that's a no online. You have to be perfect. You have to at least look like you have to really make an effort and be ready, and people are going to hold you accountable, and I get that. So um I'm not ready for that. I'm not
Chantal quickly went back to eating what she wanted. Her wanting to get all fit and healthy didn't last very long at all. She was hugely motivated early on, but once the initial spark of motivation had gone and she had to be dedicated, it didn't last.
Let's get something out of the way before I start pigging out. I'm on a bit of a junk food bender, as you can see. If you're going to watch me, you're going to have to be here through the roller coaster ride that it is. Otherwise, you might not want to watch because, yeah, I flip flop a lot with my diet. And whether you're here whether you don't like me because I flip flop, I'm a pig, whatever you don't like me for, then just don't watch me. I mean, I don't know what other solution to offer you. I'm going to continue living my imperfect life. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to say. Who knows? Maybe someday I might even go back to eating plant-based. I have no idea. I have a right to change how I'm going to eat in my life and do things in my life. And if it frustrates you, like, I don't know what to say. So, I'm gonna eat McDonald's. Think what you want about me. I don't kiss ass, which makes me look like a bitch, and I don't really care. And also, all of Amber Lynn Reed's little haters who think they can flock over here the minute they smell a failed weight loss attempt. Yeah, you can screw off because you're going to be insta blocked. Get a life. So, this, I'm just going to do what I got to do. So let's just enjoy food and get back to like old times.
People telling Chantal they didn't like her and didn't think she was amazing didn't fit in with her perception of herself at all.
Because I'm sick of backstabbers stalking me everywhere on social media, on my comment section. I don't know if you're jealous or what, but women who are overweight, don't ever let someone tell you you're not hot the way you are. I don't care. I'm 370 pounds and I still think I'm cute. So there. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna spend my hard-earned dollars for someone to sit on their ass and eat." Well, guess what? It's not just about sitting on my ass and eating. This is an eating show. So people come here to watch me eat and talk. And yes, it's just eating, but it still takes a lot of work. Okay. I work almost all day on YouTube, editing videos, planning. I could show you my planner, scripting, coming up with different ideas. I also do other things like a different series on my channel. So just because it involves a fat person eating something doesn't mean that it's just a waste of money. Every dollar that I make from that is going to go back into this channel in some way. You know what? I'm not going to be a fake ass and sit here and say I'm not doing this for the money. It's not just the money, but if I wasn't making any money from doing YouTube, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sit here telling random strangers all of my life and sharing.
Was this indeed a change in personality, perhaps triggered by the haters? Or was this just a genuine side to Chantal we just hadn't seen before because there was no reason to see it up until now? It was a shame for her real fans, though, when she told them she was done talking about her weight loss journey, because some were actually invested and wanted to hear more. After all, almost everyone can get behind a weight loss journey. Chantal would, though, have almost no choice but to get healthy when she was told she had ovarian cysts, and being overweight was certainly not helping that situation. So she was going to go back to discussing her weight loss journey, filming every day, she told us, and she was going to be eating a plant based diet once again. Some were getting the boy who cried wolf vibes, but with her health now in danger, she had a big reason to lose the weight. If she didn't lose the weight, she risked having a full hysterectomy, and that type of surgery was something she obviously didn't want. As a goodbye to her fast food days, she wanted to go out with a bang and got herself a Burger King. One last bad meal for the road, one more before the new Chantal arrived. She wanted to lose 100 pounds in 6 months' time to help with the cysts. So now it wasn't just about being able to move around easier without sounding out of breath all the time. Now it was serious, and she had to do it fast. Chantal titled her video Day 1 Weight Loss Journey, so it definitely appeared that she was taking it seriously, and she had a special message for her fans.
Part of me getting better is also mentally getting better, and I can't do that when I'm always on edge, involved in drama. And so I want to do a formal apology. I want to first apologize to anybody I've been really defensive with, and I need to work on building a better opinion about myself so I don't let others get to me and become so defensive.
Okay, well, this little part, there's she's kind of coming out more, as you can see as it's gone on. Um, Chantel is really multifaceted. Who is she really? You know, um, yeah, I believe she was getting angry because she doesn't like criticism whatsoever. But you know, you're putting all your everything out there. She literally is telling her whole life story, and criticism, you know, is going to come with that. It's part of the territory, you know. Now she goes to Overeaters Anonymous. I think she went once, and the next time she went, we'll see it in a little bit or later on. She doesn't go in, you know, and she should have gone in, you know. Uh, wow, you know. Another thing, um, if you notice in these videos as they're moving on, her face and her chins are getting bigger and bigger. She has to know that. She has to feel it. You know, breathing must be a problem. I mean, oh my God. Anyway, what I've noticed about these women, and it goes for Hungry Fat Chick, um, Amber Lynn Reed, Chantal, all of them have reproductive problems. Um, all of them, I believe, have had hysterectomies. None of them have children. They all suffer with cysts, you know, on their ovaries. Um, for Chantal and Amber Lynn, I believe she had a hysterectomy. I think it turns to cancer, you know, and it's all down to your diet and food, you know, and they all have that in common. And that's pretty sad because I think most women, Chantel will say, you know, she doesn't want kids, and in a way, it's good that she never had any because she is very, very self-absorbed. Some people call her narcissistic. I don't know if that's the right term for her. Maybe it is. You know, I'm not sure yet in this beginning video, but you know, as time goes on, there's definitely a narcissistic side, but everyone has a narcissistic side. Most women want to be mothers eventually. Originally, she wanted babies with BB. You know, that's very important to a lot of men, especially, you know, well, you'll see later with these guys, you'll see later. But, you know, I think right here she's being pretty much delusional. I do. But anyway.
I know I can be a royal bitch a lot of the time, and especially when attacked or made fun of. Hey, if my haters still want to make fun of me, then that's fine. There's nothing really I can do about that, except just learn to really completely ignore it. And that is the last of the drama you're going to hear from me. I promise.
So that was to be the end of the drama from her. The old Chantal was now dead. And now that was out of the way, she could finally start losing this weight for her and for the sake of her future.
I've had enough, okay? I've had enough of feeling like shit, the yo yo dieting, health problems. I finally had enough. People, wonder, well, you've gone back and forth, off and on your diet, and what's different this time? Unfortunately for me, it took getting a diagnosis of possible ovarian tumors that are possibly cancerous. In any case, they're very large, and I might have to have a hysterectomy, and that really has been sinking in and like giving me nightmares and like man, I need to I'm just sick of it. Just really, really sick of it. And enough is enough.
Chantal was off to a perfect start. Day 1 went very well. In fact, she had a great 2 and a great day 3 as well, eating healthy and sticking to what she said she would do. Perhaps the ovarian cysts were the unfortunate scare she needed to finally take her health seriously. True to her word, the weight loss videos were coming thick and fast. She was uploading every day, but she didn't want her audience to get bored just by the fitness stuff, so she would upload the odd random video in between.
And I guess it's true. She's amazing. And I guess it's true. She's a girl. And I guess it's true. She's amazing. What she can do with those legs. That song was called And I Guess It's True.
She was off to a good start, but then something weird happened.
And it does, help rehydrate in the morning as well because you're drinking it with water. So I would definitely recommend giving this a try. The ingredients are just senna leaf and root, hawthorn berry extract, lotus leaf, lime leaf and extract, psyllium husk seed, Phaseolus calcaratus seed, rhubarb root, poria, cocoa stem bark, valerian root. You can check their website. What you can do is go check out their website. I will link everything below. If you go to their website and you want to try this for yourself, you can use my code Chantal15 for 15% off of your purchase. So I'm even able to use my own discount code. So I will, use this at.
Chantal was talking about green tea in such a strange way, and it was all because she was getting paid every time someone used her discount code. Imagine doing such a shameless plug in your videos. Oh, hello there. I'm Mr. Snowflake, and I'm here to tell you about the merch. I'm here to tell you about my merch. Want clothes that'll impress your friends and have them asking, "Who the heck is Mr. Snowflake?" Well, wait no longer. Pandemic getting you down? Well, now it doesn't have to, with your very own Mr. Snowflake face masks. Quick, order now before the pandemic is officially over and I make no money off this product. Use the promo code Mr. Snowflake is a sellout to receive no money off. So remember, when looking for quality, look no further than Mr. Snowflake, a face you can trust. Warning, products may be terrible. Chantal was even putting inspirational quotes at the beginning of her videos to help inspire others. She was really doing everything she said she was going to. She was also doing her best to avoid any negative.
I just have to say that was funny. So do order Mr. Snowflake's merch. It might be terrible. Let's continue.
I just want to ask a favor from my foodie beauties, my wonderful followers. And I know you're I totally get it. You're looking out for me. You want to give me a heads up. If you see um if you see anyone post anything about me online, anywhere, YouTube, there's people obsessed with me. Um just don't tell me about it. I don't want to hear about it. I'm trying to block all negativity. I'm trying to block all these idiots out of my life.
She was doing it. She was doing everything needed to actually do this. And she didn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon.
Some olives, some marinating mushrooms, some peppers, some cilantro chutney. So the first outfit is the gym outfit. These are the gym pants, and this is the gym shirt.
Those mushrooms I made, let's give you a beauty bite of those. Beauty bite. Mm-hmm.
7 vegan meatballs. Woo! I feel so good! These are the Iron Vegan sprouted protein. It's intense for me right now, and I don't want to. Man, my butt is sweaty right now. I know in a year from now, I will be a completely different person, and you're all going to get to see that. Crap, is it day 15? It is day 15. So, and I'm gonna do a chart when I get home because I definitely am becoming more in shape. I called my grandma. I'm gonna do groceries with her tomorrow, so I'll show you what I get. But more fruits and like fresh fruits and veg and stuff like that. I want to get some quinoa, make a big batch of quinoa salad. Kind of panicky. There's nowhere to sit, but I keep telling myself I'm gonna be okay. Holy crap, Molly. Oh my god, my back is soaking wet. I have butt sweat under my butt cheeks. Damn wet. And since I've started drinking the tea after I drink it, I have all this friggin' energy. And I met my personal trainer. I told him about my YouTube channel. Chantel, pizza queen with a crown, to lean machine. And oh my god, when I walked into the gym, the first thing the girl at the front desk said to me was, "There's the superstar," and I was just so like shy. I'm just blushing thinking about it. Okay, everybody, this is my trainer. Her bare feet right now. Can they see in the mirror? So, I don't know, guys. I just feel so much different. I feel so different. I just feel, and I know the bad days are gonna come, and I'm gonna fight them off. I'm getting angry. 377.5. That's a pretty big gain. First I want to say I am really sorry. I'm in a slump right now. On a path to self-destruction again. I'm just in a funk and I just don't care about anything. Like I just want to, I keep saying, okay, get back on track. And it's just like so hard, But next weighing will be better. It's just a mess. My life's just a mess right now. Okay, so I have a lot of weight to lose by Friday. I want to, I want to lose at least 4 pounds. So that will be my goal. So I'm gonna have to really watch it. Start drinking my apple cider vinegars in the evening. The Teamy tea, start drinking that again. That really helped with bloating. I know I'm always plugging it, but people have actually messaged me and they're like, I've tried the tea. You guys are buying it and they're like, it really works. So again, if you want to try the Teamy detox tea or any of their Teamy blends, anytime anything you want to purchase from them, you can use my code Chantel15 and get 15% off of your first purchase. So, it's not going well. So, anyways, guys.
Chantal had been telling us for weeks and showing us for weeks just how well she had been doing. So, how did she manage to gain weight rather than lose any? What exactly did she do wrong?
It's like 10:24. I have my gym appointment at 12. I think it was 3,500 steps. And I have my goal on here is 6,000. So I didn't make my goal yesterday. I kind of just forgot about my steps goal because I think I have like too many goals going on at once. So, what's up, guys? I'm just gonna butter my biscuit. My breakfast, Tim Hortons. Yep. OMG. Okay, I learned my lesson. I promise. I ate too much yesterday. I ate way too much. I am just taking out the trash. So, locking and deleting, like I do every morning. Saying that I'm not making good changes is ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this point. Like, okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about the noise. BB's watching a movie. Like, how am I supposed to film a video? My weight loss goal is 100 pounds in 6 months. I really need to clamp down and get organized with the diet. I know that. Kind of just forgot about it. He was going through my Fitness Pal, and I had logged a Burger King meal. And I was thinking, I was like, had a moment of weakness, and I was like planning. I was like, it's like a devil on your shoulder, like, just try to fit it in. Don't tell anybody about it. Cheat.
I did not have fucking Burger King.
Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna have the pizza, but So I haven't been completely honest with you guys. I've been hiding some binges I did have, and um, I guess that makes me a liar. Hey guys, I'm at the gym. I'm a big whine ass. I do not want to work out right now.
It was a shame for all the fans who had been willing her to succeed, and it was a shame for Chantal's mental health. It was also a shame for her cysts. While she was on her weight loss journey and moving more and eating better and drinking her tea that definitely worked, she felt great. But as soon as she ate something she shouldn't have or stopped working out and just stayed home, she felt down again. She was also spending way too much of her time interacting and thinking about her trolls rather than just getting on with her day. No matter how much she believed she was going to do it, when it came to putting in the work, she just couldn't do it. She would still carry on her fitness quest now and again soon after her failed weigh in attempt, but it was more of the same, saying she was doing really well, then the next day admitting she had failed miserably. And eventually her fitness journey just fizzled out. Chantal had been on YouTube roughly a year and a half now, and her helpful, quirky personality we were first exposed to now just felt strange.
Cat heads. I smell my cat's head probably about 20 times a day. If they're laying down and they're unsuspecting, I creep up behind them and I sniff their heads. I love the smell of cat. I don't know what it is, especially the head part. Some types of BO.
She used to tell her fans how much she loved them and appreciated their support, but now she spent almost all of her time discussing the trolls and filling her videos with adverts. A 20-minute video of hers could have up to 5 adverts. And she may not have lost any weight, but she had gotten something she had originally set out to do: get big on YouTube.
Hi. So before I start this mukbang video, I want to give a nice thank you to, let me bring it up, Feed Spot blog, the top 30 mukbang YouTube channels to follow in 2018. Yeah, so, wow.
She may not have become known because of her beauty tips like she wanted, but at least she had gotten half of what she wanted: to be known. But with the increase in fame came the increase in trolls, and Chantal was starting to become more and more affected by it.
All right, I'm sure you're all getting ready to freak out in my comment section because I'm at Taco Bell. I'm not going to spend the video defending my choice. I used to eat takeout every day, and I don't really have an excuse for it. I was out in a boot, and
If she could move forward and ignore the trolls, then she would have a chance at staying relatively normal and not go down the path like so many others have taken before her and allow the trolls to ruin her. She could actually do that. She could fend off all of the trolls. If she could just keep her support network intact, stay friends with Pete's, and lean on BB whenever she needed him.
because of that, I just want to let him go and be happy.
Okay, so that's the first video. You know, oh my goodness. I kind of understand her in one sense, because you do get that way, when you keep hearing negative stuff and you do get, I'm getting off of YouTube, I'm not doing this anymore. I think we've all done that or thought that at some point. So I get her there. She did try there for a minute. She did really try. And I just wish she'd have continued, because she was doing so well. And it was so disappointing. Everyone was willing her to do well. And she just caved, you know. But food addiction, binge eating is no joke, you know. It is like drugs or anything else that, you know, people are addicted to. You know, dipping fries in mayonnaise, as you're saying, it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, in my opinion. I mean, oh my God, you know, oh, but I did feel really bad for her at the, you know, in this beginning, you know, when I first started watching her. What happened is I was watching her in the middle somewhere, and then what I noticed was when I bring her up, other channels would appear, and they would be, you know, she calls them haters, but a lot of the channels, I mean, I listen to several of them, and I'll get into that later on, not right now, but I listen to several of the channels, and yeah, they could be mean, some of them, you know, but at the same time, what they were saying was not wrong. You know, there are a couple of channels that I like, that, all right, I listened to them, and at first I felt like, oh my God, you know, they're really bullying this girl, and I didn't think it was right at first. But then as time goes on and you watch more and more, you'll see why they do it, you know, why they're saying what they're saying. And a lot of the time it's constructive criticism, and Chantal can't really, or doesn't accept that, you know. At the same time, I feel bad for her because I know that she really wants to, she's not happy how she is. You'll see what happens next video and the next video, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And you know, it's a shame, really. It's really a shame. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go, and I hope Mr. Snowflake doesn't mind me using his videos. Again, I'm gonna say he explains it way better than I ever could, and you know, he was really on point with everything. Chantal, I believe, is not so happy with him. You know, you can understand why, because he's holding, you know, the mirror to her face. And, you know, as it goes on, I'll say more on what I think, but I wanted to introduce you to her, and there you have it for now. So the next video will be coming up real soon, and in the meantime, please go and check his channel out. It's Mr. Snowflake. I'll put the link in the description, and we'll go from there. Anyway, everybody take care. Have a good night.